What you are currently looking at is a $9.7 billion, 14,000-pound project that spent decades in development and was originally supposed to launch 14 years ago. This is the James Webb Telescope, capable of seeing things no other telescope has ever seen. Welcome to the Space Place. I'm Cole, and today we are going to be telling you everything you need to know about NASA's James Webb Telescope. The James Webb Telescope will be the largest telescope ever launched into space. Unlike the Hubble, it mainly sees using low-frequency infrared light, enabling it to see through dust clouds and pinpoint where new stars and planets are forming. It mainly relies on its cameras and gold-plated mirrors, which the James Webb Telescope uses instead of lenses. The telescope also uses instruments such as the near-infrared spectrograph, the mid-infrared instrument, and the slitless spectrograph, which can help the James Webb perform tasks such as detecting distant galaxies and picking out individual planets. However, all this equipment doesn't hold up in extreme heat. Fortunately, the James Webb Telescope has a 5-layer sun shield that can block out all the sun's heat rays. Each layer is only about as thick as a human hair. The sun shield is made up of a mixture of superplastics called Kapton and reflective metal. All these technologies group up to form the James Webb Telescope. Unlike its predecessor, the Hubble, the James Webb Telescope will orbit around the sun instead of the Earth. This will be very difficult for multiple reasons. The telescope is about as tall as a 3-story building and about as long as a tennis court, but it will be launched inside a rocket that's only 5 meters wide. How is this possible? The telescope can fold into the rocket origami style to stay compact. Once in space, the telescope will slowly collect enough power to begin folding into position via its solar panels. One of the objects that will need to fold out is the telescope's sun shield, which prevents the cameras and mirrors from melting under the sun's heat. The shield had to be thick enough to block out most of the sun's warmth, but thin enough to keep the equipment from freezing in outer space. It also had to be durable enough to spend years without deteriorating. After its launch, scientists estimate that this telescope will approximately take 29 nail-biting days to completely unfold as it travels towards the sun. One of the biggest questions we hope to address with this video is, what can this telescope see? As we've already mentioned, it can pinpoint stars, planets, and galaxies, but can also observe the atmospheres of some of these planets, giving scientists a better idea of whether these planets could be habitable. It might also show scientists how life came to begin, a question that we've tried to answer for centuries. There's even reason to believe that the James Webb Telescope will be able to show what parts of the universe looked like 20 years after the Big Bang. Many experts believe the detail that this telescope could bring will only scratch the surface of what this masterpiece of engineering will bring to light. Along with the telescope's ability to capture finer details of celestial bodies orbiting around our sun, the James Webb Telescope will also be able to image exoplanets. Exoplanets are planets that are outside our influence of our solar system and sun. By using a variety of new technologies and sensors on the James Webb Telescope, it will be able to discover, read, and analyze the compositions of nearby or even distant exoplanets, far beyond the influence of our own star. This will be revolutionary, as we will be able to study the compositions of celestial bodies in the nearby solar systems, which could give traces of life on other planets, or even hints on how the universe was formed. As we count down the days before the launch of the James Webb Telescope, we are impatiently at the edge of our seats as we wait for the launch, deployment, and discoveries of this other masterpiece of engineering. If you like what we do here at the Space Place, you can support us by subscribing, liking, and joining the Discord server, where my team, fans of space, and I get together to talk about our favorite space-related things. Even if you don't join or subscribe, thanks for tuning in. See you in the next upload, Stargazers. Peace.